Alright, so here are some more stories, and this one's called Government to Sell JPS Shares to Locals. The government is getting ready to sell remaining stake in the JPS company. Minister of Finance and Public Service Dr. Nigel Clark said that JPS shares, as well as those of if the Jamaica Mortgage Bank, will be sold to locals during the 2022-23 fiscal year. Alright, taxpayers sued the government of Jamaica own 19% of the shares of Light and Power Company, which was privatized in 2001. More like they sold it out, but yeah, but it's a separate recording I can go into. At the time of the investment, 80% of the shares were sold to Atlanta-based Marant Corporation. Yeah, the selling part, they should also sell out. Alright, but let's keep going. Clark said the Andrews-led government has made advances to this end, and I'm blah blah blah. I don't care about the sound bites. What they're saying, which is we know is, which is bullshit. It says what we want is enlarge the private sector. Me, especially pockets of the people in the private sector, of course. Every time we do a divestment, what happens is that the government sector gets smaller, private sector gets bigger, indicated. Clark said two additional public bodies are in the pipeline for privatization. And then somebody I don't give a damn about. Alright, so yeah, so it's basically JPS government to say someone shall sell a very small percentage of shares to locals, and yeah, it sounds nice in what's the word I'm looking for? It sounds nice publicity wise. Again, I'm having guard optimism as to how much worth is that this very small percentage, like 19%. How is that going to be distributed exactly though, and also and the fact that most of the shares are going to this foreign-based company. Yeah, that doesn't really sound nice or appealing in terms of, hey, how much are we getting as a collective? And yeah, that's why for those who want to read this, yeah, I wouldn't really be popping the champagne or saying, okay, we got something, a great prize. Yeah, that does sounds like we're getting some kind of little pittance or breadcrumbs for this, and that's really, and so but the thing is that it's important that we know this, but what this actually means when you break it down, that is the real issue here, though. And from what I'm seeing, yeah, that is just okay. We're just getting a very small percentage, and that doesn't really 90% to me. If I'm wrong on this, enlighten me somebody. But yeah, that does sounds like we're just getting some basically crumbs, and the whole end of that big cake is still going to be out of the reach of the average Jamaican citizens. This is something that we have to acknowledge and highlight though, because they make it sound like, okay, we're getting some big prize. It's not as big as it sounds. Trust me on that. But that is all I have to say. It's up to the Jamaican people. You have to break this down and ask yourself some more questions as how the shares are going to be distributed, what benefits are we getting from this very small percentage, and that's what I have to say. So this is for State of Jamaica and the Caribbean. Check out my YouTube pages, Miles Gusson Farron, Miles Productions, with thoughts and Miles. Alright.